in the workshop, what I try to do is when I have days that just don't go as well as I would have hoped, I make machine knobs. So I don't like knobs with indents and all kinds of fancy stuff on them. I just hate the feel of them. That's just me. I prefer either round or like what I'm going to do now is rounded square corners, and that's what I'm going to do now. These knobs are going to end up being 3 1/4 inch, so I'm going to cut this I'm going to cut this piece here for 3 inches, so it'll be just under or maybe, let me see, 2 and say 2 3/4, I guess. 2 7/8, split the difference. Okay. As you can see, this is not an exact science. Okay, and again, this is just a scrap piece of cherry that I just absolutely cannot use anywhere else. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to scribe a line down the center. So this is 2 and just about 7/8. I'm just going to do a test. You can see that or not, I got line there, so I haven't got quite set center. That's got it. Yeah, perfect. All I've done is scribe the line right down the center here. And you'll see here I've got some splitting here, so I'm just going to cut that end off just so I don't incorporate it into my knobs. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I've set up the stop block there for 2 7/8 inches, so all I'm going to do is cut these into squares. Now so that's out of the way, I'm just going to mark the centers. Again, because it's they're the same, I don't have to change my marking gauge. and I can just center them. Too easy. Okay, so what I've rigged up here is a jig, so that I can cut these knobs. And remember, the size of this hole saw is larger than the edges of the blocks, so I needed to, what I do is I just rig up a jig that holds these blocks squarely in place, and that way I can cut the blocks out and safely. They just go in there like that. And because the hole size is larger, goes beyond the edge of the blocks, there's no problems with sawdust cutting in there, and they cut very, very cleanly. Now I've drilled these, and I only have a hole on one side. That center there is just to leave a mark so I can drill it with my 9/16 spade bit. I got the point cut off so that I don't drill through the block. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill them out for 5/16 so they can accept a 3/8 inch tap. Here is just a 3/8 of an inch. I just do them enough to get them started. And I'll finish them off with a hand drill. Okay, all I'm doing here is finishing off threading the knobs by hand. As you can see, it's far faster than threading by hand. This is what I use to clean up. I use the belt sander just to clean up the edges on these, and then and the flat parts. And then what I'm going to do is I'll put these on a drill press and then sand the round parts down and just clean up these edges and stuff. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm sanding the knobs, and you can see they're quite rough, and it's pretty easy to do it on a drill. Still got a little bit of scratches in there. Now on my belt sander, what I'm going to do is I've rounded these off quite a bit, so I'm just going to put a little bit more of an edge to it. And I'm running the belt sander at a lot lower speed.